All right, everybody. So far, so good for KT Rolster. Zest takes 2 wins in a row, back-to-back. And our third player will be revealed right now here for Jin Green Wings. Who is coming out to challenge him? Maru seems the obvious choice.
I think it has to be Maru, right? Who else could possibly challenge Zest at this point? He's taking down SOS. He's taking out Rogue on his map. This is might be Jin one last chance to get rid of Zest.
Yeah. Well, Maru here in the center, right above that logo. Some foreshadowing, perhaps?
Maybe, Wolf. Maybe.
Tough choice. 2 players left for Jin to play today. It will be Maru.
There we go. They're desperate now.
Fangirls scream as they see his face.
Don't we all? 8-1 against Protoss.
15-6 this season. Taylor Swift's better than revenge. That's how he's going to feel when he fights Zest here.
That's right.
Maru definitely, as you said before, not looking as strong in very recent times. He's not like the god that he used to be, but he's still almost as good. You know what I mean? He's 90%. He's at 90% right now.
I like that. I like that. Oh man, I love this song too. Don't steal other people's boyfriends is what it comes down to, Wolf. Maru's going to teach us that lesson today.
Exactly.
Against Zest, who steals everyone's boyfriends. He's ridiculously good looking for...
Stole you from me. I'm really sad.
That was a long time ago too, Wolf. I'm sorry. You're still hurting from it though.
I am. I'll never let it go.
It's all right. Just looking at this guy's eyes, you'll understand why.
14-11, as we mentioned before, but with 2 kills here, looking better and better this season already. And, you know, with this momentum, if Maru goes down, I absolutely see it all kill in our future.
Yeah, I think this is the last chance for Jin to stop this guy in his tracks. I don't think there's anyone left on Jin besides Maru who can do the job. And it's going to be on a pretty tricky map with Deadwing.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough one because if we get cross spawns, for example, Maru is going to have a harder time attacking Zest. You know, using timing attacks, using that lazy boy push, or even trying to go for that later timing attack with the ghosts. Very, very difficult on this map if you get cross spawns. Okay, the lobby is loaded. Zest has the momentum, 2-0. Maru is our 3rd player. He's their last hope, it feels, right now for Jin and he's got to be stressed. Fans are on his side, though. Crowd is definitely feeling Maru right now, but we'll see if he can do this. If he fails here, Zest will take his 3rd win, putting KT Rolster into an incredible position of momentum. Looks like the game is starting right here, right now on Deadwing. Let's get into it. We've got another minute before the fan voting closes, so we are delaying this start for just a moment, I was told. So, as I said before, if Zest takes another win,
if he does,
he will take that 3-0 lead.
Well, who else is left after this? We'll talk about it after this, Wolf.
Yeah, here we go. Zest versus Maru. Maru needs a win. It's Deadwing, and we're starting now. I believe, as I've been told. Here we go. Bottom left in red for KT Rolster. 2 wins in a row. It's Zest.
In the top left for Jin their ace player, Maru, looking to get the job done.
Well, vertical spawns.
Vertical spawn's a good start for Maru.
Definitely what he wants.
Now, before things get too carried away here, Wolf, let's have a look at exactly who Jin has left if this goes awry. We got Check. We got Cure. We got Pig Baby, Symbol, Terminator, and Trap.
That's their lineup.
That's their lineup. Who would they go to for this?
Most likely, I would say either Cure or Trap. And of the two who could possibly do a reverse all kill, in recent times I might want to lean towards Trap.
You think?
But Cure is oh god, I don't know, man. Results-wise, Cure seems like the better player, but he hasn't looked as strong in recent times.
Right.
It's a really tough call.
Yeah, I definitely think we're not seeing any of those other players. I agree. Cure or Trap at this point. And even then, I think they might be able to get, like, maybe they can cause an upset. Or, and even if they do, they got to deal with what? Flash, TY, life, stats? Not going to happen, mate.
Oh, it's not.
I think it's going to come down to Maru killing everyone.
He has to, essentially, or at least bring it to a series where they can snipe the last player that comes out. You need to get multiple kills. That's the bottom line. I absolutely cannot just beat Zest and then fall out.
Absolutely not.
And that's what makes this situation very uncomfortable for Generic Greenwings right now. But we do see it's going to most likely be a standard Reaper opening and a quicker expand from Zest with just simply the one gas.
Oh, so he's going to go for that Marine. Oh, no, he switches up to Reaper, so okay. He's going to get the scout off as well with this SCV to the bottom left here, but it's always good to keep that Reaper on the map, find that probe, do some scouting, make sure nothing proxy around the map.
Ooh, going to eBay block as well. Undetected so far, so
I like
Zealot
that.
will have to, remain. He cannot cancel it.
Yeah.
The probe doesn't check.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. If he cancels the Zealot. No. And this is actually something that's been, like, highly discussed, right?
Very smartly checking with the probe at the last second.
Okay. Very important to check. Had he canceled that Zealot, would have been like, well, why are you even making that?
We've seen Hero do that before.
Yep. We've seen that a lot, and it's highly discussed among the foreign community, especially, is like, do these Koreans just do builds because they're told to? They don't really think about what it means, right?
Well,
sometimes you're like so focused on what you're doing, and you hardly ever get eBay block that you just kind of make the Zealot like it's part of your build, and you just cancel it. You don't really think.
Well, it was certainly an autopilot sort of mistake when Hero did that as well, because he even checked with the probe, but then he canceled it anyway. So he literally was just going through the motions.
Exactly. Factory coming up here is the follow-up for Maru, and this eBay block is, I mean, it was about, let's say 98, 99% completed. So
that was actually a sick cancel on that eBay, man. Like, that is, the bar is full.
It was like 16 hit points for missing. Something like that, like barely anything. There's the cancel, though.
Great delay there.
Ooh, and while those units are out of position a little bit, he's going to try to come in here and identify the pylons. He'll escape.
Oh, just.
Even one more Stalker shot wouldn't have been enough. But yeah, definitely not wanting to stick around in the main base to commit there. Let's see if he commits to earlier Hellions or the more popular Widowmine follow-up here.
I think it'll have to be the Marine Hellion sort of play here. And he's throwing down that starport. So maybe looking for a Marine drop in with the Hellion run by. Very common. Does so much damage, especially if things are out of position.
Twilight Council coming up for Zest. We'll see if he decides to get a Forge or the Robotics to follow things up. We will need one of either of those things to deal with Widowmine drops that we may potentially see as a follow-up. And this base is coming up so late, that's so frustrating for him.
Yeah, it is pretty far behind. It's really good luck. And there we go. There's that Robo in pretty decent time as well.
Not too bad. Maru looks like he's actually a bit frustrated just in his player booth there. Nothing to be frustrated about yet. 2 Widowmines early on here. No Hellions just yet.
Could be dealing with pain as well. He could be, he does have a lot of RSI problems currently, so.
Yeah.
And that's enough of a run by to do some serious damage to probes if things are out of position with 2 Hellions and a Reaper.
Yeah, he's just sticking with those, just the 2 for now.
He's looking for it, even though he's running into 2 Stalkers. Very ambitious.
Oh, look at this. The Reaper's actually going to get by.
He's going to get a scout off.
Wants to see what the tech is also, if there's cannons. Really nice Reaper here. Going to see the Robo is just now finishing. We do have that medevac complete at home.
Yeah, 2 Widowmines actually waiting for it. So he's going to be going, start that Widowmine dropping. Build that momentum. Try and do some real economic damage here. I think Zest will be expecting it there. He's already waiting for it with 4 Stalkers in the main base and an Observer.
Yeah. Attacking the natural obviously would be the more ideal target at this point, but he doesn't know that. Got 2 Hellions with this as well, which might help the Widowmines go off, but this looks like it's going to be shut down pretty hard.
Yeah, there is no way this should actually work. Now the Observer sees it as well.
But the Observer's out of position a little bit, so he's going to try to target these down before they can burrow. Targets the medevac first, but then they do get burrowed. And oh no, oh, that was so close. Hellions on the other hand, 5 kills in total. And Maru's going to be able to pick these up perhaps here and save them.
He's not splitting at all. 11 go down.
That was terrible damage. Terrible, terrible damage.
Way more than expected. He was waiting for it. He saw it coming with that Observer.
I can't even imagine that actually.
He just didn't micro his probes. He didn't micro his probes at the right time.
He almost got the medevac, and then he allowed all 4 units to get out. Had he just shot it one more time, then that wouldn't have even, one Widow Mine would have gotten out, could have split against it, and would have lost basically nothing. Some indecision there, and Maru gets a huge lead in workers at this point. To be 3 workers ahead this early on the game, plus mules, is an excellent position right now for Maru.
Yeah, some really big damage there, and it's only going to continue from here. Such a great position for Maru to just keep doing these all game long. Direct flight path to that main base. It's only the beginning.
Full in shock from that drop.
Yeah, it did way too much damage. We do see that on occasions. Like, Maru makes these drops happen despite what's waiting for him there. It's like 5 Stalkers and an Observer. It doesn't matter, man. I'll still drop. And we'll probably see, you know, those drops that we do see from Maru where he just drops on top of the army at some point as well, too. That doesn't make sense, but it works anyway.
Well, the thing is, Maru is one of those type of players that gets early, advantages like this, and knows exactly how many Marauders he needs to be able to do something like this. He has 3 Marauders at the time being produced right now, so he is going to be sticking with that very heavy Marauder comp, and that is the composition that allows you to do those things you're talking about, to simply drop on top of the army.
Yeah, especially when the army consists of nothing but Stalkers and Colossus. That's like a perfect army to just try and muscle through with just Marauders.
And a small Stalker count at that. This is another tell that Maru is ahead in this game, is the fact that a 3rd base for a Terran is added seconds before 3rd base for a Protoss. That means you know you're ahead.
Yeah, it's been the nature of this game as well. I mean, start things off with that eBay block, and now Maru's going to begin pressing. Nice micro as well.
Oh, wow. Incredible micro here. Picking up that weakened Marauder. There's 1 Colossus here, a lot of force fields.
He sees it, and he spreads out, so he's looking for that engagement. He can't take it. Beautiful concave and positioning from Maru.
As might just force to cancel that. Time Warp hits basically nothing because his concave is so good.
Yeah, he's pressuring Zest to engage into this as well.
Yep. Oh man, this is such beautiful positioning here by Maru. Now going to try to target down that Colossus. Force fields go down, that's all he's got. And he's actually going to just continue to fight this with the medevacs he's got here.
Yep. Beautiful spread. The Colossus isn't maximizing his damage. That Widow Mine.
Oh, the Widow Mine! It's 2 Stalkers!
Big hit there. That Colossus, he's sitting on half HP as well. More drops coming across the map. Double medevac drop. He's just headed to the main.
Yeah, and he's just using these medevacs even to rally. We saw him use medevacs to rally some of the Marauders he had, just boost them over to reinforce them quicker. Could try to run by here. Not a lot of space to work with to send those in the main base, but it could definitely pull Zest back and allow them to hit that 3rd base, which is very weak. It's very low on hit points.
I think he might even try and drop on top of these Colossus if he gets a view of it, because he's got 3 Marauders coming around to the natural. This double drop, it can actually just take out that army sitting at the 3rd.
Okay, forces the Nexus can be used at this location.
Even if he wanted to, he could snipe this Nexus. It only has 800 HP right now.
Yep, and that's a really good point. Moonblade is very exposed, and he goes for it, targeting it down. So many Marauders here, and he will get it easily, and then stim back for the retreat.
Not
a free kill.
Yeah, really beautiful play from Maru. He's putting everything out of position, and he's got so many more units waiting at home to get onto the map and start doing damage once again.
Upgrade-wise, going to be at 1-1, +1 armor just now started for Zest. Very unfortunate position upgrades-wise for him, and this is going to allow Maru to take more and more straight-up engagements. He's doing this, as Maru loves to do, totally Vikingless. As we mentioned before, loves to fight those Colossi directly with his Marauders with good splitting, good control. And, I mean, Maru is the best in the business when it comes to this.
Yeah, when it comes to just pure bio against Protoss, Maru just gets it done. No one else really goes this kind of style ever. Like, it's just ridiculous how he makes it work. And now it's a quad drop heading towards that main base.
And again, if those Colossi just try to, 1A back into the base and start walking up there alone, and just drop on top of them, there's a small Stalker force guarding them for now.
That wouldn't even be enough at this point. That's going to maybe get 1 medevac before everything else gets on the ground.
Oh, wow, the Observer again just barely out of position for Zest. Twice now this has happened to him.
He starts to trigger. Burden overcharge. Pulls those Colossus out of position. He's I think he's thinking about the quad drop on top of these
Here
crosses.
we go! Stalkers blink in. They do target the Medivacs. One goes down, but he's going to commit to the drop. Drops to the right side. Widowmines do burrow. A good position here for Zest. With the force fields, he's actually going to be able to push this back, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like it for now. Losing 6 probes in the process. He's going to try and chase it down. He was waiting for that Medivac drop on top of the Colossus. He was baiting that out perfectly.
He knew that was what Maru was going to do, even without seeing it with his observer.
He's just done it so many times.
Yeah.
All right, but still, you know, not too many losses from Maru either, so he's going to come back for more. And then another double drop heading across the map towards the main base.
He's powered up 3 additional barracks as well. He's adding 2 more tech labs so he can make 5 Marauders at a time. He's had this 3-base economy for so long, and here comes the Doom drop. Now to the natural, drawing this army back. Don't think he can really commit to it, though. He does have 2 drops heading towards the main at the same time, and this is what Zest is going to have to respond to.
Oh, big warp in, but still, that's all Stalkers. Oh, wait, sorry, Zealots. Yeah. They look like
Stalkers there on your PC, but don't worry. Widowmine gets 6 probe kills. He kills the Forge.
Gets the Forge. That's a big hit there, considering he's already behind in upgrades. Luckily, he had a second Forge in the making.
Yeah. Small consolation, but 10 probes now in total. Widowmine's going to get a Zealot here, and he's going to retreat. Actually, another Zealot goes down as well. 11 probes in total now as these drops continue in the main base. And, bit of a miscontrol here. Ooh. That might get Zest back into this a bit.
Yeah.
Even with that, though, Maru is still massively ahead with all the damage he's done.
Yeah, the economic damage is simply too much. 18 probes going down amongst all this. The main base kind of in shambles, but he has finally cleaned it up.
The thing is, without the upgrades, Zest can't really threaten a counterattack at this point. Maru will be able to defend that easily. He's taking a 4th base right now in TVP as he attacks. I mean, he's that far ahead.
Yeah, just that momentum just non-stop. 2-2, nearly finished as well.
He's going to go for that counterattack. A Colossus gets sniped here. A second one will get sniped as well.
Oh,
with that
wow.
plus 2 finishing up on those Marauders, man. Even with just +1, you could take that out.
Yeah, this is such a great position. And it's actually forcing Zest's hand to go for a counterattack finally. He's like, you know what? It's time for me to make my move into the map. And does he have enough to actually do this?
Well, Maru has a lot of units missing here, so I am getting a bit concerned. But look at all the extra Marauders to be able to make with those additional barracks he's added. Maru just needs to simply send his Marauders home, and I feel, especially with 2-2 finishing here, he will be able to defend this. Zest's going to go maybe even just try to eliminate these Nexi first. 2 Nexi about to drop, the main base and the 3rd.
Well, here we go. He's pulling the SCVs as well from that 3rd base. Great concave.
Time Warp here is going to really help against this attack. He's falling through that tiny choke point, but still, even with the SCVs falling, he's got so many Marauders. They now have 2-2. And this is going to be able to push this attack back.
Yeah, there's still not enough. Losing those 2 Colossus early on. Last one remains. He's going to get sniped out from that Marauder.
And this looks like it's going to be game here, Moonblade. Maru will take the first win here for Jin Air. That Colossus taking some Widowmine damage.
And the main base is gone as well, mind you. That Nexus is long gone at this point. Zest running out of juice.
Looks like his reign ends here today. This Observer fleet watches, can do nothing. Even this tiny Marauder force, it looks small, but it's very heavily upgraded, and it is directly countering those Stalkers. GG! Maru bringing it back for Jin Air here. Stopping Zest in his tracks.
Yeah, beautiful play from Maru. Kind of what we expected. He is the guy that comes out for the TVP, and he makes it look easy. Pure bio and maneuvering alone. Yeah. Let's see what the answer is for that. No doubt KT been expecting this guy to come out and do some damage.
Can you remind me the map, Moonblade?
The map will be Cactus Valley.
I think it's going to be Life.
I think it might be. I think it has to be. Perfect map for Life to come out here.
This is one of our talking points, of course, that we saw up on screen earlier. The answer to Maru is going to be KT's greatest challenge today. If they can stop this guy, they've got a good chance of winning it. They already have 2 points on the board. If Life is able to take this win, they've eliminated the biggest threat, and then whoever's left has to beat Life as well as 2 more players. So they're still in an advantageous position should Life be able to take Maru out here. But if they fail, everything resets and the game becomes an even playing field.
That's right. It really just comes down to Maru. How far can he go with this? I think he needs 2 more wins to really do the damage and have 1 player waiting for that snipe, as you were saying earlier. I think that has to be the game plan from here on. Or,
he looks so exhausted. He looked like that was a really rough game for him, even though he totally crushed it. If I couldn't see his face, I would have never known.
You never know. Maybe that injury is really taking its toll already. It'll be hard to have 4 games in a row like that.
Absolutely. Well, just having a chat here with the rest of the Jin Air team. Gets ready. Maru looking so much older, man. He's really coming to his own as a pro gamer here. And, you know, it's hard to imagine that just 4 years ago he was playing against Celawera in the GSL Open, man.
Back on Prime.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess he was Maru Prime still even back then.
Yeah.
He was a very young boy.
I remember I played this guy on ladder a bunch, man, like way back then.
I remember he used to use, I don't know why I remember this, but the only way you could tell it was the real Maru is because he used to use the probe icon on his ID, the one you get from 2v2 wins, like that portrait.
Wow.
It's so funny, but
big tell.
So long ago, man. Now he's the best Terran.
I used to know it was Maru for real, but he'd always proxy Reaper on the map every single time.
Well, let's see who KT is going to bring to the table. All of our predictions so far have been correct. It's been pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we're just really smart, Wolf.
I think it's going to be Life.
I think it has to be Life.